Hey everybody, I have a video here for you, and I've got some good questions lately on the Sphinx, and I have talked at length about what I think the original form of the Sphinx was, and people have asked lately, whose face is on the Sphinx? And that is a good question. It's a great mystery, the most famous shrine in the world, and we really yet have no definitive answer is whose face is on the Sphinx, and there are a lot of theories out there, some of those based on good evidence, and some of them are lacking any credible verification of any kind. And it has been my guess that it is Thutmose IV from the 18th dynasty. His face is on the Sphinx, and he is the one that erected this. This is the Dream Stela, and I will leave a link below that details the Dream Stela. But in short, when Thutmose was a prince, he was on a hunting trip and he took a nap beneath the Sphinx, and this is what the stela says. It says the Sphinx talked to him and said that if Thutmose would clear away the sand and restore the Sphinx, he would be named Pharaoh of Egypt. And a little later he did do this, and he was named Pharaoh, so this was a story that was accepted. So Thutmose IV became, he was really revered, even though he did not live that long. I believe he died a pretty early death, but he was really revered as, godlike as a lot of pharaohs was, but he was a very special one because he cleared away the sand from the Sphinx, and I believe he immortalized his work like a lot of pharaohs did by putting his face on the project. Now, what got me thinking about this even more is when I saw John Anthony West and Joe Rogan's interview from yesterday, and that's what I based my video earlier today on, and I will leave some links below for that. But John Anthony West goes over a police forensic artist's drawing of the face of Khafre, who Egyptologists say is on the Sphinx, and what we see today on the Sphinx, and he did comparative analysis of the angles, how the eyes are situated in comparative to the mouth, excuse me, the mouth and the chin. And it is obvious any great artist that would have been commissioned to put a pharaoh's face on this great monument would have not gotten the proportions so incorrect. And I think this is the greatest evidence that what Egyptologists try to sell us as far as whose face is on the Sphinx is totally incorrect. But I want to show you the profile of Thutmose IV. I found a profile of his mummy, and though these angles where the chin protrudes out from the eyes in position to the forehead, where it doesn't on the picture Khafre, but on the Sphinx it is quite clear, and I want to show you how that matches the profile of Thutmose IV. Now, when I originally looked into this, the thing that was most important to me is which pharaoh had the greatest motive and the best opportunity to put his face on the Sphinx. And to me, it was clearly Thutmose IV. He restored the Sphinx, and he seemed kind of desperate to make himself seem worthy of being named Pharaoh. And that's where the whole Dream Stela story kind of verifies. So he was really my number one pick, just based on motive and opportunity. And let me show you this little private video I did where I try to compare profiles and see if that angle could be matched up to Thutmose IV. And I did find a profile picture of his mummy, and let me just play this out here, and I want you to pay attention to the mouth, the bottom of the chin, top of the head, eye bones here, eye socket, and the ear. Everything matches when I slowly put the profile of his mummy on this picture of the Sphinx. And that is a pretty close comparison, if you ask me. And I think the only thing different here is the position of the chin. And I just think the Sphinx, his face is just tilted a little more upward. But you see here, the mouth is right here on the Sphinx, and it matches the mummy's mouth perfectly. The orbital bones match, the top of the head matches, the ear matches, and the bottom of the chin on the mummy and the Sphinx, they are in the same position. And I think if the mummy's photo was just tilted upward, his head was tilted upward just a little bit, it would be an absolute perfect match. And let me just keep on playing this video here. But I think this profile match is perfect. His chin is out in front of his eyes, so that angle matches from John Anthony West's police artist drawing. It matches Thutmose IV profile. But I think this is very interesting. If you look at it, things seem to match up pretty good here. Once again, the mouth matches absolutely perfectly. The chin is at perfect position where the chin of the Sphinx, bottom of it is, top of the head, the ear. Everything seems to match up. Now, what I think is very interesting, when you match up the mouth and the bottom of the chin, top of the head, eyes, ears, everything else, as you will see here, when you do that, the nose of the mummy of Thutmose IV makes its appearance right exactly where it should be on the profile of what we see today on the Sphinx. I don't think that can be ignored. And also, you see this distinctive ear pattern on the Sphinx. Is that a way to identify who this is? Well, let's go over to the picture here. And this picture of Pharaoh Thutmose IV, the profile, he has a very distinctive ear pattern. And personally, I think it looks a lot like what is on the Sphinx here. But once again, this comparative analysis, the angles match, the eyes match, ears, top of the head, chin, mouth. Look at the mouth. It fits exactly. Nose comes out exactly. Everything to me tells me, when I look at this, that I am looking at the face of the Pharaoh who is on the Sphinx. Hope you thought this was interesting, and you all have a nice day.